I do write a piece and then, would have like a glass or two of wine at dinner. After coming back to it and listening to it, after you're slightly buzzed, it's a good sanity check because I think my cognitive process is a little bit slower. So, I can't digest things as fast enough. And that's a good way to see if your music could communicate clearly.
Welcome to Bonfire Conversations. I'm your host, Hamidreza Nikofar, and today I'm joined by a Japanese-American composer and conductor. My guest today is Takeshi Furukawa. Takeshi has been working in film and television music with over 20 years of experience. He's scored The Last Guardian, both Planet of Lana games, and is currently composing for Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix. Much of his most acclaimed work, The Last Guardian, Planet of Lana, has been on projects with little to no dialogue, where the score carries the emotional weight of the story. In this conversation, we talk about his path into the industry, his collaboration with game director Fumito Ueda, how the sequel to Planet of Lana builds on the sound of the original, and his approach to scoring games that unfold over years of development. For the fans of Planet of Lana, his amazing soundtrack for Planet of Lana 2 is going to be available this August. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to Bonfire Conversations on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Here's my conversation with Takeshi Furukawa. You have a career spanning more than 20 years, and if you could go back, what chain of events do you think brought you to your first break? That one event that kicked off this career?
Oh my gosh! First of all, 20 years. Wow! Thanks for giving away my age and dating me here. I didn't even realize I was doing this that long. But you are absolutely correct. I started in this industry back in 2005. So it's actually exactly 21 years now. To answer your question, that's a very good question. And I don't think there's like one single catalyst which kind of like started a chain reaction. It's just been like small steps, just keeping my head down and one thing leading to another. And it's just been very, very like serendipitous and fortuitous that whatever, like kind of has fallen my way has led to the next thing. But I know that doesn't help you answer-wise. If it's like one thing, then I think just like my first assistantship, it was like working for composer Kevin Kiner, who's right now very, very busy doing all the Disney Star Wars stuff. That got me into the door and got me into the industry. Even back then, I think, it was a very saturated industry where it was hard to make a living just doing music, and getting a position like that, so that I did not have to, I guess, earn money during the day doing something else and then do music at night was kind of, it was a very, very thankful thing that set me on my path so that I could concentrate on this and just, commit to the whole music thing.
Yeah. And when was your this first project?
Sorry, are you talking project or are you?
Yeah. The first project that you got to compose as an assistant.
That's a good question. Oh my gosh. So let me tell you a long story of that. Like, I was working for Kevin probably about 1 month out of coming out of college because my good friend introduced me to that position. And then literally like the week after, I was orchestrating. He was back then working on Star Trek Enterprise, the last season of Star Trek Enterprise. And he was busy. He had a couple of shows going on. So he was like, oh, cool. You know how to write for the orchestra? Great. And then like he and Dennis McCarthy were the composers. Well, there were a couple of composers on the show. They were alternating episodes, but they would just come up with piano sketches and they're like, here, cool, make this work. And it was really trial by fire. Now I remember, I think the first project I actually started writing for Kevin was he was working on CSI Miami back then. And, again, he was a busy guy. And I think a couple, I can't remember if it was like maybe like a couple months or a year into working for him, he's like, okay, you're not a total screw up. I'm sure I could trust you writing. And then he threw me a scene. I guess I didn't sink to the bottom of the ocean with that. I did fairly fine. And he's like, okay, well, here's another scene and here's another scene. And that's how it started. So that's, I think that would technically be my first composition.
Yeah. And two of your biggest projects, The Last Guardian and Planet of Lana, have almost no dialogue. So what did you learn about creating connection when there are, no spoken words, expressions, or explanations to rely on? So tell me about spotting sessions with the director. How do you decide where silence should win and where the orchestra should step in?
So funny enough, for game projects, we don't really spot in the sense that I
Yeah.
mean, we do spot where we talk about it, but it's actually very malleable. It's less of a, okay, let's look at the thing, let's see where the music goes, here's this. It's more like, okay, why don't we try something? Or sometimes it's a mix of both. Sometimes I will look at a scene and they will go, okay, let's try music here. But other times I would just write the music and then they would go, you know what, this piece would go great here. And I would just like move it
Yeah.
into places. So it was a bit of both. In terms of my projects not having any dialogue, as you very astutely pointed out, I don't know what to say about that. It just happens to be that the game projects that I work on are very uh, I guess thankfully music forward. So there's like
Yeah.
space in the audio for the music to live in quite presently.
Yeah. And it's great because there are a lot of space to make music, and also it's very difficult because again you are carrying a lot of emotion, a lot of unspoken words, so it's a double-edged sword, these type of games.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, yeah. It's very powerful, I think is the
Yeah.
way I would put it. So power could go both ways. It could be used for both good and bad, or it could go very well and very badly.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, you're
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
And The Last Guardian had notoriously long development. So when did you come onto that project? And tell me about the challenges of scoring something over such a long stretch of time. I've been working on a project for 8 years myself, so I know how difficult it gets, both creatively and technically.
The Last Guardian was a demo call. I had a acquaintance friend who was working over at Sony, and it literally was like, oh, there's this new game coming up. Do you want to pitch yourself for it? And I submitted a reel, and Ueda-san, who is the director, I think something must have struck a chord with him. So he was like, okay, yeah, this dude. And I fortuitously got the gig. In terms of development, it's yeah, I know it's long, but I think games could go both ways. I mean, you said yourself you're working on a long development game. Um, I've seen dozens of things like cases like that where things do approach 10 years. And the challenges, I think, it's just having to commit to it and being in it for the long stretch.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't mind it because then you get to do it in a lot of sprints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is, given that it's a lot of stop and go, it also accords you the time to go back and, you kind of have the luxury of, okay, you going back and changing something you worked on 3 years ago or 4 years
Yeah.
ago. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Or for me, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going back and like, oh, let's add to a score from 4 or 5 years ago, and you add layers to it, and like, oh my God, this is so much better. And sometimes it's just you're adding so much to it, and like, oh, it's not natural anymore. It doesn't have that raw feeling anymore. It's a double-edged sword as well.
It is, and I think it would like even be like you might be able to make macroscopic, like huge, big changes as well. Cause like
Yeah.
I think 3 years, let's just say for the sake of 3 years, right? You're using that number three. I mean, that's a long time for like someone to
Yeah.
be able to change artistically and like your tastes might change. And also
Yeah.
maybe like 3 years ago, like you were doing something that was more in vogue then musically, and now it's kind of faded. The freshness is faded, and you might have to go
Yeah.
back and go, okay, yeah, yeah, maybe we should change the music in this scene.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, are you involved in Gen Atlas from Fumito Ueda?
No, I am not at this point,
Ah.
and I'm not able to say anything about it.
Yeah, yeah, it's very early.
Yes.
So, tell me about your recent work on Planet of Lana 2. The first one was hugely successful, especially the music. So, what's changed in this sequel, and how did you approach it?
Oh, thank you very much for the kind words.
Yeah,
It's it's been surprising for all of us, I think, with to I guess put it very, very realistically. I know that the world right now is flooded with just like indie games. In fact, I read somewhere that on Steam there's about 100 games coming out every day.
Wow.
So in that kind of like a saturated market for Planet of Lana, which is, relatively a modest game when you take a look at it from like a financial, budget perspective, to receive such warm reception from the audiences, both for the game and also even for the music. It's just been an absolute privilege. And yeah, it's, I think for the second game, we had a bit more budget. The music the story was a little bit bigger in terms of scope as well. So we did try to go a little bit bigger in terms of scope musically, but we still needed to retain the DNA. So a lot of it was just like additive building. Especially because I think the first game, the music was quite minimal. I mean, we still had the orchestra. We still had several, you know, small instruments as well, like the piano
Yeah.
and stuff. But I guess that's my way of saying if we needed to go subtractive from the first one, then there wasn't much to subtract. So we built upon the first one and made it bigger.
Yeah, it's huge. It's beautiful. And if I'm correct, you reached out to the Planet of Lana team yourself after seeing early concept of the game before there was even a game to react to. So, what was it about the image that told you something before you had anything concrete to respond to? What drew you to this game, and how did you convince them to trust you with this project that they love so much?
Yeah, I think it was like just like a very serendipitous mutual admiration, mutual attraction thing. Like I saw that hero image. I was just, like scrolling on, I can't remember if it was
Wow.
like Twitter back then, or I think
Yeah.
it was still Twitter back then. It was Twitter. I
Yeah.
was scrolling and there was a cool image and I was like, oh wow, there's something very eye-catching about this. More than the image, I think it was just like there was a style to it. And yeah, I just don't know what to say. Maybe there was something in me which was inherently drawn to like the artistic essence that Adam had, instilled in that
Yeah.
image. I think more so than the image, like maybe there was, I don't know if it was like kind of like a primal, like a scent, being like animals being able to sense each other. But again, something drew me about that image. So I was like, wow, this is very cool. Like the way I feel looking at this image makes me feel like the way I feel looking at like a Studio Ghibli Hayao
Yeah.
Miyazaki-san's image. There's just an artistic essence to it. And I reached out to Adam saying like, hey guys, like this is a very cool image and it looks like a very cool game. Do you have a composer on it? And I think Adam and Klaus, the two directors on the game, also very graciously, generously, and like humorously tell this story. At first, they thought it was obviously, I guess they saw my email, they looked me up, and they saw that I had just come off of the game The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
They thought it was a prank because one of the the games that they were referencing for their game was The Last Guardian. So apparently they thought, someone was pulling their legs. But then they still wrote back saying like, hey, are you real? And I was like, yeah. And we started talking and I was like, hey, you guys, if you don't have a composer, I'd love to put music to this. And you're like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And that's how it started.
Wow. Where are they based, by the way?
They are in I believe we pronounce it Gothenburg, but I believe in Swedish it's called Göteborg in Sweden.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So what was the initial talk about the project and how was like what did they want and how did you envision this project?
So initially we started with this story being quite intimate. And the music, well, I mean, you've played the game, so you know how the game is narrative wise. our first conversations revolved around the music being very, very minimal. So we're like, what if we just scored it with like a piano and a string quartet? And that conversation was very short lived because as soon as I started putting music to those images, writing for like a small, intimate ensemble,
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, no, this isn't going to work. Like, it needs to sound bigger, it needs to be lush. And I think they were thinking the same thing. And we just like pretty much, we weren't in the same room, but virtually we locked eyes with each other. We're like, yeah, no, this isn't going to work. And we immediately went to big orchestra. And the sound of that fit the image like, very, very like a glove. So I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent. I forgot what your original question was. I think it was like, what was the original idea for the music? We were starting very, very small though, and then we took a turn because it wasn't working.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. All right, Takeshi, I have a segment on the podcast called Pity for Your Thoughts, where I ask some deep, personal, and sometimes silly questions to get to know my guest better. So are you ready
love
for
them.
it?
I love
Yeah.
that.
All right, let's begin. First one. Is there a memory from your childhood that still echoes through the music you write today?
Yes. All the movies that I've seen. If it had to be a singular memory, they would probably be Jurassic Park. I love that. That's what set me on this path. But I wowould say, everything that I've consumed as like movies and games when I was a childhood, I think it's just the musical language. It's so, you still remember those tunes from back in the days.
Yeah.
And somehow, even if it's not like a direct quote, like the DNA or the essence of that kind of like creeps out into one's own music. So I would say those would be the memories.
Wow. Yeah. Same for me. I used to, when I was a kid, I used to listen to the Lion King's. I didn't have the soundtrack album. I was just put this Lion King. It was in the background. I was listening to the animation, to the music. Yeah.
Did you say you are in Iran right now?
Yeah. I'm in Iran.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome. So, all right, next one. What's something you've changed your mind about in the last 10 years?
Taste, I think musical taste.
Wow.
I've just been flipping back and forth. Like sometimes I go through a phase where more is more, and then I go through a phase of where less is more. Right now, because of the nature of some of the projects I'm working on, like I also, have my foot half my toes in TV land, and I'm working on a show called Avatar: The Last Airbender for Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And for that, musically, more is more, or we kind of embrace that ethos because we have all these different influences from these Asian cultures. So we're not shy about being minimalistic with the colors and the instrument choices. But to get back to your original question, I think that kind of changes. Sometimes, I go through a phase where it's like, oh, just one piano note, that's the coolest thing ever. And other times it's like, oh, that's so beautiful to have all these musical colors. So that would be the changes, I think.
Yeah. All right. What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever done in the name of inspiration?
Consuming large amounts of alcohol, probably.
And how did it turn out, the music?
I think it's a good sanity check. In fact, there is some madness to my method. I just read somewhere, I don't know how true it is because it's on social media, but I just read that in ancient Greek, maybe it was ancient Greek or maybe ancient Babylonian times, men would debate the issue twice. Both sober
it's in Greece,
and then with alcohol to do a sanity check. So when I saw that, I was like, aha, there is some method in my madness.
That's great advice right away.
Well, I do actually, though, in all seriousness, I do that, though. I do write a piece, and then, I
exactly
would have like a glass or two of wine at dinner. And then I think after coming back to it and listening to it, after you're slightly buzzed, it's a good sanity check because I think my cognitive process is a little bit slower. So, I can't digest things as fast enough. And that's a good way to see if your music could communicate clearly Because sometimes, I think as us as musicians, we get too
Critical,
uh,
like
yeah,
technical.
or I'd like to say our hearing is too good for our own good. Like
Yeah,
we might be able to discern things a little bit more critically, and also we might be able to process a little bit more musical information than say like
yeah,
everyone else who's hearing it for the first time. Because we
yeah.
lived it with it for throughout the writing process, so it's a good way to do a sanity check. I highly recommend it.
That's great advice. I never thought about it. Yeah, awesome. All right, next one. You're stranded on a deserted island. What plugins, software, and tools are you bringing with you?
Just sample libraries, sequencer. I don't use that much processing plugins because the type of music I write are all mostly orchestral and organic.
Yeah,
I
pen and
think I
paper, huh?
use. I'm sorry, pen and paper. Yeah, but definitely computer.
Yeah,
But no like crazy like all these different plugins. I think I have like a couple of EQ plugins that I use, and
yeah,
that's it. I mean, I don't use compression either, so
yeah,
not too much plugins.
yeah. The kid's gonna kill me. Like, why didn't you ask about his DAW?
I use
What do
Logic.
you?
I use Logic
Yeah,
to write,
yeah.
and then I when we go to record, we go to Pro Tools. So we try to dump
Oh
everything
yeah.
into Pro Tools as quickly as possible.
All right. Okay. Next one. Your top favorite films.
Jurassic Park.
Uh huh.
Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah.
Sorry. And
Huge
then
fan.
everything else that I love is a number 3.
All right. Your top 5 favorite scores.
Jurassic Park.
Mhm.
I love Star
Everything
Wars.
John Williams.
Yeah, anything John Williams. Although, you know what? Could I do a switch up on you and then just give you
Yeah.
like say top favorite composers? Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Absolutely.
I would say John Williams, James Horner, um, James Newton Howard, Alexander
All
Desplat.
begins with J's.
Oh yeah, there you go. Alexander Desplat. And then everyone else is too many to list. Jerry Goldsmith. You have Hans Zimmer. Um, there's no bad music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Who's the? This is a last one. Oh no! Your top 5 favorite game scores. Are you a gamer, by the way?
I used to be. Unfortunately, I have less time to play games
Yeah.
these days. But I used to play games. I used to live on games when I was a child in the
Wow.
90s. I'd say the first game I ever played where I realized games had depth was Final Fantasy. It was in America,
Yeah.
so it had come out as Final Fantasy 2, which was the equivalent of Final Fantasy 4
Yeah.
in Japan. And until then, I had only played like Mario and Duck Hunt, and I had the NES system. And then I got the Super NES system for Christmas, and that was the first game. And it was the first game where like you weren't going against, how do I say this? It wasn't acrobatic. It wasn't like a time
Yeah.
thing, right? Where you're going from left to right or like trying to react very quickly, because it wasn't like a reflex oriented game. Final Fantasy, it was more of a story driven game. And that was shocking to me. At first, I didn't get it. I was like, what is the point of this game? What am I supposed to do? Why aren't I jumping? Where's the enemy coming at me? But then I quickly found out how cool it is because it was like reading a book. So Final Fantasy 4, that was my first, I would say my real first game, which has been like ingrained in my memory and one of my favorites. Final Fantasy 5, Dragon Quest, again, all these RPGs, I think. That's number 3. Oh, geez, you ask these hard questions. I can't rank the rest in. They're all great.
Yeah, these are always the hardest.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Who's the most famous person you've ever met, and did you learn something from meeting them?
Honestly, I'm not trying to hold back anything. I can't
Yeah.
remember. First of all, I don't get out much of it. It shows you how much of a life I have.
Yeah.
Wow, that is, you know what? Honestly, you stumped me. I can't. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. Sorry.
Yeah, these are. I have no answers for any of these questions if you ask them from me, so I understand.
Yeah. Also, it's like I think what the definition of famous and you might be different for me, and
Yeah,
to me, like sometimes, even like, well, not sometimes, I guess always, the people who I work on,
yeah,
sorry, work on projects with. So like, there's an argument for me to say Ueda-san is perhaps
yeah,
the most famous person I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with. There's I was working on Mythic Quest for Apple TV, and Rob McElhenney, he was the star and showrunner, and wow, he's quite famous.
yeah.
He's a famous actor before he started doing showrunning. So, yeah, sorry, I don't know what to say to that question.
Yeah. You mentioned Ueda, so I was working with him. How is he in collaboration?
He's fantastic. He knows exactly what he wants, and his vision is just like, this is how he knows exactly what he wants the audience to feel. He doesn't like micromanage you, but
Yeah.
the way he would communicate would be like, okay, in this scene, this is what this scene needs to achieve. This is how the audience needs to feel. And of that scene, I want the audience to perceive that.
Wow.
Kind of, I mean, abstractly, he's like, this is the money shot. And I want the audience to be looking at it from like this kind of a lens. So he makes the goal, and like, I think the goal of the presentation of that particular moment or scene very clear. And then he would say, okay, now make it work. So he doesn't put you on a short leash, but he tells you exactly what, in my case, the music needs to do.
Amazing. All right, Takeshi, this is it. Thank you so much. You're a composer with delicate heart. You've given us so many stories through your music, and your work inspires me as a composer myself. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
This has been so much fun.